probably like, Tashi, why are we seeing your face? We came to watch your hands, not your face. You will eventually get to watch my hands, but I figured I'd just come on and say hi. Welcome. I'm feeling pretty official these days, and I'm just playing with my live setup and doing a bunch of crazy things, and I think it's working out. So, I'm going to stop talking. I had a notebook. I had my notebook. Oh, okay, yes. Also, yes, real live over here. Okay, so I have my notebook. This is my idea book. This is what we're working on today. We're doing some October daily cover and page prep and everything else. So I'm going to stop talking. We're going to switch to my desk view and we're going to get started. So, hi, me. See, I'm still in the little square, so hopefully you see me fine. We're going to start. So, hi. I hope you guys are here. Normally by now there are comments, and I don't have any comments, so I hope you guys are here and you can see me, because my comments aren't loading, and I just want to make sure it's not something that I'm doing and the comments are loading. Oh, okay, comments are loading. Wonderful. There was just a bit of a delay with the comments, but they're loading. They're fine. Hi. Okay, so I have a few things on my desk. Hi, Ro. Hey, Ro. Hi. Good morning. Ro's in Australia, so it's like bright and early where she is. Hi, Ro. Hi, Christina. Hi, Jess. Hi, Steph. Hi, Kate. Crystal. What's up? Yeah, I'm fancy now, you guys. It's wild. Okay. All right, so here's what I had planned so far. There are a few things I did in advance, because if I didn't, oh, now all the comments come in. Hi, guys. There are a few things I did in advance. If I didn't do things in advance, then you guys would, be watching me die cut for like 8 years. Hello from Canada. Hi. You guys would be watching me die cut for like 8 years. And I've been playing with my Misty. So I die cut a bunch of these leaves. These are the stamp Oh, Christy. What up, girl? These are the Stamp Market leaves. So I have these leaves. These are the large ones. And then I die cut a bunch of the mini ones. So I did a bunch of die cutting. And then this is a leaf die from Simon Says Stamp. So yes. Okay. Hi. Oh. Hi. I hope I don't keep you awake, Creative Cutie. I don't know your name, but I'm hoping I don't keep you awake. If it's midnight, go to sleep. It's late. All right, so you guys, no more talking. You guys will get to see my face, which means when things go wrong, you will see me freak out. So at some point, if I turn off the little face in the box, that's because things are going terribly wrong and I don't want you to watch me fall apart. But that's it. Enough talking. That's it. Let's go. Okay. So here's what I have so far. So this is the Juniper Jumbo stamp from Kerry Bradford Studio. This is something she did on pre-order twice. I immediately snatched it up because 4-inch alphas, I am all about it. And it already says October in here because it took me like 15 minutes to get this laid out exactly where I wanted it. And so I was like, instead of doing this on live where you guys are just watching me play with the stamp set forever, I prepped it in advance. And the beauty of the Misty, you guys, if you don't have a Misty, the beauty of the Misty, hi Carol, hi, oh hi Cynthia, how are you? The beauty of the Misty is I could do stuff like that and then I could walk away. So there we go. So we're just going to quickly stamp this. I am using Close to My Heart archival black ink for a few reasons. One, it is a really good black ink. Two, it is a massive pad and I can coat this entire stamp set hopefully with a few good passes, but I like that the pad is huge. Okay, I have terrible insomnia too. Creative Cutie, please tell me your name so I can stop calling you Creative Cutie if you want to. I just like knowing people's names. Crystal and I were joking earlier that she never sleeps, so you and Crystal are in like good company because Crystal never sleeps. I have been listening to white noise on my Echo Dot at night, so all right, never mind. That did not stamp well at all. Again, the beauty of the Misties, I get to do this more than once. I've been listening to white noise on my Echo Dot. Oh, I just smudged ink everywhere. Great. I had ink on my fingers. We are off to a great start, you guys. I had ink on my fingers and I just smudged it everywhere. So there we go. Real life. That's what happens when we go live. You guys get to see all the madness happen in real time. So anyways, back to work. Oh, hey. Okay, is it Beckett? Is that how you say it? Is it Beckett? I hope I said that right. Just let me know if I said it right. But hello. Welcome. I just like knowing people's names. If I'm being annoying, feel free to tell me. I don't need to know your name, and that's okay. But I just like knowing people's names. So we're going to stamp this a few times until we get a good impression. These are, I've used this stamp set once, so that could be why it takes super long to get a good impression, because I really should have primed these, and I'm being lazy and I did not prime them. So we're literally going to stamp this 100 times. Hey! Hi, Lisa. Hi, Tian. Hey. Oh, hey, yeah, do you see me in the little box? So Kathy Zilski is my, like, tech guru, and I was like, Kathy Zilski, tell me how you get the little person in the box. And she told me about the program, and it's a program called Ecamm, and they do have a free version, and they do have a paid version. Oh, yeah, I'm so glad I said it right. Yes, they have a free version and they have a paid version, and I'm all about leveling up and, like, offering the best content I can. So you're gonna get little Tashi. Is this? Haha. Okay. That's as good an impression as I'm gonna get, and I'm okay with that. So you guys are gonna get little Tashi in the box during lives. And when the world starts melting and I'm about to cry, it is very CZ, is it? You see, you notice. When the world starts melting and I'm about to cry, then the little box will go away, because there are lots of meltdowns during lives with me, because unlike my partner in crime and my soul sister Crystal, I don't have anything planned. I have ideas, and sometimes ideas happen and sometimes they don't. I don't know if you guys remember during my mixed media live where I was like, I'm totally gonna die cut these butterflies out of waterfall. Yeah, you need the little box. Hey, Mary. How are you? The falafel. Can you wet this for me, please? Sorry, we're giving Mr. Tashi work because my stamp chamois is dry and I can't clean my stamps. Yeah, Crystal, you need the little box. Hi, Emily from Denmark. So you're in the UK, which is what, 5 hours ahead of me, which means it is also midnight for you, right? Denmark's not in the UK. I just completely showed how American I am. I am terrible. You're in Europe, which is what I meant to say, which means it's probably also midnight for you. So it's super late. So thank you for joining us. We are working on, you guys like the little box, right? You guys want to see me fall apart. That's why you like the box. Hello from America, and thank you for joining us. Yeah, so, what was I saying? So here, oh my God, you guys want to talk about my stamp chamois? It is literally the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's horrifying. I have 3 chamois, so I do have a backup. So when this one completely gives up the ghost, I will swap it out for a new one. But until it gives up the ghost, I'm just going to keep using it. But you guys, it is filthy. It's horrifying. Crystal, I'm glad I amuse you. I think you think I exist to amuse you. All right, so we're going to leave this in here for now because I don't think I'm using the Misty for the rest of this project. And if I try to clean it, if I try to put my stamps in there, it's going to take too long. So we're just going to hopefully... This is what happens when you don't have plans. I'm pretty sure I'm not using the Misty for the rest of this live, but I could be wrong. All right, so see, terrible stamping aside, the terrible stamping has nothing to do with the quality of Carrie's stamps and everything to do with how impatient I am. Hi, Millie. I am incredibly impatient, and if I was more patient, I could stamp this a few more times and I could prime my stamps and I could get a better impression, but not patient, so not doing it. All right, so we're moving on. So I am stamping that super popular Anne of Green Gables quote, I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers, because it's October daily, right? I'm going to look up the quote, though, to make sure I'm stamping it right. Okay, so it's I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers. Okay, I got it. And I'm using this stamp set from Carrie Bradford. This is the Brooklyn Small. And Carrie, being the genius... Hey, Ashley, how are you? Carrie Bradford, being the genius that she is, in the Brooklyn Small set, look, there are multiple letters. There's 3 A's, 3 E's, 3 I's. So for lazy stampers like me, oh my God, first of all, I totally missed your comment about how you skipped out on your conference call for my live, but also, do it up, babe. I am 100% a supporter of that. Let's skip all work-related things for crafting. I had said, like, in the Mighty Network earlier that one of these days I'm going to quit my full-time job and just scrapbook full-time. And it's going to happen. I'm just going to be like, forget nursing. Like, yeah, I totally went to nursing school for 3 years. But forget nursing. I'm just going to scrapbook full-time because nursing's overrated. So thanks for skipping out on your meeting to come hang out with us. All right, so we're going to stamp. And I am not Heba. So if you guys are expecting Heba quality stamping, You're not getting it. Because I am not Heba. But I think I'm pretty good at what I do. So, we'll see. As I say that, I'm probably going to make a huge mess. So, the meltdowns are coming, you guys. The meltdowns are coming. Also, Christy, you have not seen all of the new releases, and I have because I'm on the design team. So, you want to talk about new stuff coming. The new releases are wild. Wild. Then never leave New York. No, I'm leaving. So, funny, Leah lives in Queens, and Leah wants me to never leave New York so that we can be in the same city forever. And that is why she's saying that. Leah, I will be leaving New York. I have to get out of the concrete jungle. I'm writing out my quote. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not Heba. I'm not. I'm so glad I live in a world where there are. Okay. I'm writing my quote out so I don't mess it up. But yeah, I watched. Oh my God, look at what just happened. I had ink all over my fingers and I smudged it everywhere. Great. Wonderful. We are off to a great start. Okay. I'm not doing it over. Do I do it over? Do I just keep the smudges? I keep the smudges. That's it. Guys, I promised you something was going to happen and I already made a mess. I had ink all over my hands or my page wasn't dry yet and I touched it. So this is why I don't stamp. This is why. I keep doing it to myself. I keep doing it. I'm like, one of these days, I'm going to get it. And I just, every single time, I make a mess. Now, I'm going to find a way to make the smudges work for me because I'm a messy scrapbooker and everybody expects mess from me. And this is why they expect mess from me because I can't get it together. I can't get it together. Yeah, guys, the odds of me redoing the stamping were very low anyway. I said I was going to redo it, but I was actually lying. I'm not actually redoing this. It's not happening. To be fair, it is still in the MISTI. So I could, in fact, redo it, but I'm not going to. We're just going to keep going. Because otherwise, we will spend like a year working just on this. On the bright side, I have a really good stamp set, so it's okay. And my fingers are going to be covered in ink by the time. Jess, hey! So the thing is, where the smudges are, hold on guys, I can't stamp and talk. I don't know how Heba does this live. Like, she's a saint because I don't know how to do this live. Where the smudges are, I'm going to be cutting most of this up. This is not my entire title page. This is just going to get stamped and we're going to chop it up anyway. So a lot of where the smudges are, they're going to get covered up. And again, people expect mess from me. So I'm just giving the people what they want. That's it. This is the story I'm telling myself. I'm giving the people what they want. And they expect me to be a slob because man, stamping is just too technical for me. But it's an imperfect art, so it is what it is. All right, and the other thing about this is I'm stamping my quote backwards because I need it to finish. I'm glad you can't see them because I can see them. They are bad. I just spelled, and I'm trying to stamp backwards, so it's taking me a little bit longer because the thing about with the quote like this, I need it to finish in a certain place, so I have to stamp it backwards to make sure that it does exactly what I need it to do. This is also the beauty of using Carrie's stamp set, because there's multiple letters of each one. So I can stamp out a long quote like this, and it won't take 8 years like it would if I had to stamp out each letter individually. Okay, so a world. Okay, so world. There we go. All right, let's keep going. I don't do creepy though, so whatever. We're doing it because it's gonna go with the distress feeling, which is what my entire album is gonna be a little bit distressed because this is me. So whatever. It is what it is. But I keep telling myself I should stop stamping live. And I keep doing it because I enjoy stamping. And I'm like, one of these days I will get it together. I can't do it wrong all the time. And every time I seem to surprise myself because I do manage to do it wrong all the time. It's actually, the smudging is because, here's why it's smudged. I didn't heat set it and then I put my hands on it. And that's why it's smudged. There is a lot of ink on these letters because they're huge letters and I didn't heat set it. So it had nothing to do with like technique. It was that I didn't let it dry and then I touched it. Okay. So we are just going to keep stamping along. So I have a bunch of, so the plan is to cut this up once it's done. And then I'm going to do some ink blending and layer some leaves. And then put this on top of my ink blended and my leaf paper. And then this is going to be, I'm so glad I live in a world where there are. Okay, so I have a few more words. Yeah, so this, I don't know if this particular stamp set is still on sale. Yeah, so the Stamper Secret Weapon row is a lifesaver. The Misty's a bit of an investment, I'm not gonna lie. Like a normal, like a mini Misty's like $40, I say. You guys are like acting like I'm crazy. Like there's smudges everywhere. I don't know if you're gonna see them, but all right, so my camera's lying, but there's smudges everywhere. I promise you there's smudges everywhere. My camera's just being really gentle with me because it knows I'm really fragile and I might start crying, so. But there are smudges. So the spacing is because, oh, so I was talking about the stamp set, right. So I don't know if this particular stamp set is still on sale. If it is, I will, sorry, no talking and stamping. If it is, I will go ahead. So you guys might notice that I loaded a bunch of stuff in the description box as far as links wise. It is everything in my, my fall box, and I'll quickly show you how I have my box set up. It's everything in my fall box. So if it's something that I thought I might use on the live, it is linked in the description box. I don't know if this particular stamp set is still available. I know the Juniper set is not because it was a pre-order and it wasn't something that she was adding to her shop. I love how every time I stamp a word down, like I stop talking. So I put a word down and then I stop talking and then I start talking again. Stamping's hard work. Yeah, so this one, it's called the Brooklyn Small. And she had done a whole series of Brooklyn Alphas in different sizes. But I like the small because it has 3 of each vowel. So for people who are stamping long titles like I am, it is a snap because you can stamp a whole word at a time versus stamping individual letters. Emily, you didn't miss much. You missed me having a mini meltdown because I smudged my stamping. But there will inevitably be another meltdown. Also, you missed my face. So hi, I'm in the little square in the bottom now. You can see me. Okay. Okay, I understand now why Heba misses out on the chat all the time. Because stamping and keeping up with the chat is really hard work. Also, can you tell that I'm sweating? Because I'm like really nervous. I'm like, please just finish. Please just finish. I have 2 words left. Can I please just finish this without making any more mistakes? My G is crooked. It is what it is. It's going to add character. It's totally adding character. Yeah, so yeah, that's all you missed. You missed stamping and you missed smudging. And then you missed me almost crying over the stamping and the smudging. And then you missed me moving on. So, just moving on. Martha, you didn't miss anything. I'm literally just stamping my life away. This is a Carrie Bradford stamp set. It's the Brooklyn Small and the Juniper Jumbo. So, Mary, I don't know if you can see that, but I always write my quotes out, even if I'm not stamping live. If I'm just working on a project at home, I always write my quotes out so I can refer back to it. Because I'm stamping backwards, so that makes it hard enough. But also, it's really easy to just miss a letter. And then on top of that, I'm stamping whole words. So that makes it a little bit easier. Sorry, I think my cats are doing something weird, which is why you saw me getting distracted. Okay, not the cats. There we go. Title done. And it ended exactly where I wanted it. I just lost an eye. Okay, one of my eyes just disappeared, so I will have to find it later. But stamping's done, and it ended exactly where I wanted it to. And there were only, oh, I found my eye. Okay, there were only a few mishaps, and there were only a few meltdowns. And I smudged it everywhere, and that's okay. All right, so good. Stamping's done. So let's go ahead and chop this up. And then we'll move on to the fun stuff. Because the stamping's not the fun stuff. The stamping's the necessary evil that we need. Oh my God. I almost cut this wrong, and I almost cried. So the stamping's not the fun stuff. The stamping's what we need to do to get to the fun stuff. This is also still not dry, and I am still smudging it everywhere. So I guess I'm just leaning into it, to the smudging, because it's still not dry. So that's something worth noting, is that the Close to My Heart Black Archival ink takes a long time to dry. I'm used to inks being able to like be touched and handled by now, and this is still not dry. So I've had Minerva jump on my lap while I was filming, so that's fun because everybody got to see her. So that happened, but for the most part, my cats are really good. I am going to try to get some of this ink off my fingers with my chamois, otherwise I'm going to have to go wash my hands because I'm going to touch everything and it's going to get ink everywhere. So we'll see how much of this ink I can get off my fingers, otherwise I'm going to go wash my hands. So yeah, worth noting that if you decide to use this particular ink, it does take some dry time. I kind of want to hit it with my heat tool just to make sure it doesn't smudge anywhere else, but I'm going to set it aside to dry. I'm glad you guys don't see the smudges because the smudges are there and they are very real. They are, maybe in the pictures you'll see the smudges, but also maybe you guys are saying that so I don't cry, which I appreciate. So I don't think anybody wants to watch me cry. All right, so we're going to do some ink blending. We're doing all the things on this cover page. So I'm pulling out my... So I normally use Ranger Archival, but I pulled out the Close to My Heart for two reasons. My Ranger Archival is dry and dusty. Like I need to get a re-inker or just get another pad. And two, the Close to My Heart one's huge. So stamping 4-inch letters with a big... Oh, I have not, in fact... Okay, Steph, please reassure your husband that I have not, in fact, lost an eyeball. I just lost the letter I. My eyeballs are intact. It's kind of funny, though, because I'm an eye nurse. So if I really did lose an eye, you guys better believe I would be melting. The meltdowns would be horrendous. All right, we're going to do some ink blending. I'm just going to pull out a bunch of tools because I don't want to contaminate my colors. So I'm starting in with Aged Mahogany. Now, if you guys saw my supply list, you will have seen this stencil. This is a Tim Holtz stencil. I'm starting it with Aged Mahogany, and we're just going to do some really casual, really fast, really dirty ink blending because we're going to cover this with leaves and it's not going to matter. So I have Aged Mahogany going into Rusty Hinge. I tried to keep these like fall toned, so we're not going in with anything that's like too bright. These are all more fall toned colors, which is why I went with Rusty Hinge because it's like a deeper orange. Now we have Fossilized Amber, which I'm blending into the orange. And then we're going to go into, I'm going to have to move my stencil. So this is going to get a little hairy because I have to move my stencil. So not moving it yet, actually, I'm lying. I'm going to leave it where it is. I'm going to move it for a speckled egg. I need another blendy thing. Ah, there they are. So I need a few more of these Altenew blending tools. I really want to get like at least 2 more. Because when I bought them, when I bought the Altenew tools, I bought 3 of them just to see if I was going to like them. And I really do like them. So now I want a few more. So I'm trying to figure out where I can put this stencil that I could put speckled egg on and have it look continuous with the green. And I think this is my best bet. So I'm just going to quickly go in with speckled egg. Is it really out of stock? I just got it. Like, I literally just got it last week. I got it at scrapbook.com. And it's out, I can't believe it's out of stock. Like, I literally just got it in the mail. That's wild that it's out of stock already. Because I got it in the mail last week. Like, I decided last minute. Martha, I'll give you my colors in a minute. I decided last minute to do a fall album. So, like, I literally just ordered my supplies last week. So it's so wild that it's out of stock. Okay, good. A cherry on top has it. That's great. All right, so Martha, to answer your question, this is Aged Mahogany. Hold on, sorry. So I have Aged Mahogany, Rusty Hinge, Fossilized Amber, Bundled Sage, and Speckled Egg. Sorry. I'm like trying to do it off the top of my head without looking at the color, so it took me a few minutes. Okay, guys. Okay, we have it. Mary found it. A cherry on top has it. So yeah, it's the Tim Holtz Autumn Stencil. It is probably going to be all over my album. Yeah, so I went for a very fall themed blend. So nothing like super bright. So it's still a fall rainbow. Like it's still what I would consider a rainbow. But it's the more neutral tones. And I want to move this like this. It's still what I would consider a rainbow because we're still going from red down. But I have like aged mahogany, which is not like a bright punchy red. It's more of like a burgundy. And then rusty hinge, fossilized amber. So I went with all of the more, I want to call it like dusty colors. We'll call them the dusty colors. So you have one of these. So this is a great fall color palette. I think so. Just because it's not, again, it's more muted. So if you're looking for a fall color palette, this is what I consider to be fall. And I'll keep the, here's what I'll do. I'll put them, I just stuck my finger in that. I'll put them up top right here so you can see them. If anybody wants to take a screenshot really quickly, I'll leave them right up there so you can take a screenshot of them while I'm ink blending. And I'm working on the Wendy Vecchi Art Station, which is what I do most of my, it's what I do most of my stencil work on. Because I like that it's magnetic and you can just quickly secure your stencils down and you don't have to worry about them moving. All right, so good. I'm just gonna leave my inks up here. Anybody wants to take a screenshot of my color palette, go ahead, while I'm popping in some speckled egg. Also, where did this purple come from? Okay, there was purple on something. I don't know where it came from. If you don't have speckled egg and you were like me and you were like, I don't need speckled egg, you're wrong. You need speckled egg. That's just my PSA for the day. It is very different from any other. You guys, that's a title page. Okay. All right, so smudging is, so I had all this elaborate plans to like put leaves and stuff, but I almost don't want to put the die cuts. Like I kind of want to, I think I might just save the die cuts for a future project. All right, so you guys will help me decide because the plan was to do the stamping, right? And then to layer some of these die cuts. Like the plan was to do the stamping and then do like a die cut rainbow of leaves. Like that was the plan, to do something like that. But I almost don't want to because I'm worried that I'll like miss out on the stamping. So this is what the plan was, to do something like this. I mean, I guess I could still do it because you can still see, Ashley, you should have known that if you show up to any live that I am having, you are getting enabled. That is what you sign up for when you press watch. That's what you signed up for. I make no apologies. That is what you came for. No, you will get enabled. That's what you come for. All right. So this is what the plan was, which I might still do. I mean, I don't think that okay, so here we go. I'll wait and see if you guys like it without the die cuts or with the die cuts before I make any. So so Crystal, I'm kind of on the same boat with you. I kind of like the added texture of the die cuts. And I was just going to do a few of them, like literally just that. And that way you can still see the stenciling, like you can still see the stenciling coming through. Also, I cannot believe you guys don't see the smudges because the smudges are making me very sad. You like it without the bigger die cuts. So you think I should take the big die cuts out. All right, so let's take the big die cuts out. So what about that with just the small leaves? This is so hard to decide, right? It's very hard to decide. It's not going in a page protector. This is going outside the page protector. It's sized 6.75 by 8.25, so it's not going in a page protector. Okay, so just the 3 little leaves. All right, so fine. I will save these for a later project. It's fall. Yeah, Yeah, no, so Mary, these are cut from Concord and Ninth ink colors, and there's no guarantee that I can match distress colors to them. So I'll just do the 3 little leaves. That's what I'll do. I'll do the 3 little leaves. Yeah, I use Concord and Ninth cardstock with a Stamp Market die. So I didn't cut any small red, the small burgundy ones. I cut small bright red ones. But okay, so now you guys want me to go back and cut more. What about an orange? You think an orange would work better than the yellow? Because I only had enough of this. I cut them from scraps. So I cut a scrap of this one. But I can always go back and cut more if you guys think the burgundy would look better than the yellow. In the meantime, I'm going all in with this distressing. And I am distressing all of the... Mary, you have. I would not. See, that sounds like a lot more time than I'm willing to invest in this. Okay, I'll cut a small red one. That's what I'll do. I can do a small red one. So I'll cut a small red one. And should I do the small red one with the green and the blue? I can cut a small red one. That's fine. I have plenty of cardstock. Again, I was just working on scraps. Also, again, I'm leaning 100% into... You got the stencil. The blue is throwing you off, so take the blue off. What about yellow? What about yellow, green, and orange? I'm so glad you got the stencil, Christy. That's wonderful. So what about yellow, green? While I'm distressing it, you guys are going to help me pick what colors I do. Do you guys think I should cut a burgundy one? I can quickly cut a burgundy one. That will not take any, time. That will take, no time. I think I should cut a burgundy one. It seems like you guys are interested in seeing what the burgundy one looks like. Also, totally went and distressed this since my stamping's garbage. So I distressed it a little bit. Now I'm leaning all the way into the, distressed, messy thing. Alright, so here's what I'll do. I'll go and I'll cut a burgundy one. And that's what we'll do. So here's how I store my cardstock. I sort my cardstock by manufacturer, and this is where all of my Concord and Ninth cardstock lives, in that envelope. So I just grabbed a scrap of it. I don't need a lot, so I'm going to cut a little bit. Now, I could be overkill and use my Gemini, but I'm not going to be overkill and use my Should I just be overkill? I'm using my Gemini. Never mind, I'm using my Gemini. It's right next to me. Guys, I'm going to have a tour of my scrap space coming really soon, but I just redid a lot of it. My husband was super kind and bought me a bunch of storage. You guys applaud Mr. Tashi. I bought me a bunch of storage, and so my Gemini now lives right on my desk. So it makes die cutting a snap because it's literally next to me all the time. So I don't have to pull out my Big Shot and do a bunch of crazy things. My Gemini's next to me all the time. It makes die cutting so easy, which is why we can quickly die cut another leaf. Oh, better without the blue. Okay, you know what it is? I think because the blue is at the end of the stencil, I think that's why it was throwing so many people off. So we'll save this blue and this green one for... Oh, I just lost my leaf. Sorry. Little Tashi's going away for a minute while I try to get my leaf off the floor. Oh, come on. All right, there we go. Oh, you guys were right. The burgundy works. I knew I should listen to you guys. This is why we do this live thing, because you guys have the best ideas. All right. I think you were totally right, and I think the burgundy looks great. All right, so how's that for a cover page? Because that feels pretty good to me. Okay, I like that. So we're going to do the burgundy, the yellow, and the orange. Now, I know I said in my Mighty Network that I was breaking up with my foam tape, but I lied. We'll break up with the foam tape later, but in the meantime, say hi to the Big Mama roll. That's what Kathy Zilski calls it. She calls it the Big Mama roll, and I am totally channeling Kathy Zilski these days. Okay, yay, everybody's on board. All right, so that's what we'll do. So I'm going to pop this whole thing up on foam because dimension is life, as Laura Basson would say. Also, can you tell that I watch way too many card makers? Because I watch way too many card makers. So I'm going to pop this up on foam. I will not have a million strips of foam tape. Ah, the stencil. That stencil's so good, you guys. So when I was looking for stencils, I was like, I want a leaf stencil. And I searched scrapbook.com for leaf stencils, and it was like the last one to come up. And I was like, scrapbook.com, why are you playing with me? Like, this is the best leaf stencil. Why didn't you give it to me immediately? They were messing with me, you guys. They didn't want me to have the stencil. This is the Big Mama roll. It's massive. So I will not have 18 pounds of foam tape in this album because I do want to get October and November in the same album. And there are a few people who don't believe that I can do it. Those few people have lots of evidence in their corner since my December daily album is always 2 albums, and that's 1 month. But, yeah, we did get back together, Crystal. There's no actual breaking up with foam for me. Like, that's not actually happening. What happens is foam and I go on breaks, and we have a difference of opinion, and we temporarily see other people, but we don't actually break up. Like, this is a marriage. There's no breaking up, foam and I. I like dimension way too much. All right, so I'm just quickly popping this whole thing on foam, and we have a cover page, and that didn't take super long. There is only 1 meltdown involved. I kind of like the smudged ink. I think it goes really well with I think the smudged ink. Speckled Egg is sold out everywhere, Martha. I actually found mine no, Simon has it in stock. Simon Says Stamp has it in stock right now. But when I got mine on Etsy. Like, I searched for it on Etsy because it was sold out everywhere. And I was just impatient, and I didn't want to wait for scrapbook.com to get it back in stock. So I got mine on Etsy. But I know Simon has it right now. It is complicated. It is complicated. Bye. But you can always catch the replay if there's something you're interested in seeing. Ro, you know what? If Foam Tape and I had a Facebook relationship, it would be It's Complicated. Do you guys remember when It's Complicated was a Facebook relationship status? I don't know if that's still a thing, but It's Complicated used to be a Facebook relationship status, so you used to be able to say you are in a It's Complicated with somebody. So Tashi was in a It's Complicated with Foam Tape, but we're back together right now. We'll separate later. Oh, yay! You guys, Tashi is the enabling queen, and I'm sorry if that's not what you came for, because that's what you get here. I like to joke that Heba is like my enabling queen, but I enable everybody else, so that's okay. And I enable Heba too. All right, so I'm leaving these inks up top, just in case you guys were interested. Here is my cover page for my October Not Quite Daily album, and I think it is super cute. It is kind of fall, kind of spooky. I like it so much. I think it worked out really well. Yay! All right, so that's one thing done. Where's my idea book? What was next? Okay, so since we have leaves, I'm going to do one more leaf thing, and then we're going to completely switch gears. So we're going to do one more leaf thing, completely switch gears. Where is my thing? All right, so I'm pulling back out my Make Art Station, but all of my magnets are missing. Joshua, do you know where? Oh, never mind, I found them. So since I have all my inks out, and it's complicated. I love that happened, Crystal. That made me so happy. I love that. Thank you for sharing that with me. That brought me so much joy. What was I saying before Crystal distracted me? Oh yeah. So since I have all my inks out on my desk, and I have my stencil thing out, we're gonna do a little bit more ink blending. Crystal, that's hilarious. Also, by the way, that made me laugh so much. Oh, yay. Look at everybody with their It's Complicated stories. All right, so I thought I was the only person that happened to, and now I find out that it's actually not true. We all have our It's Complicated stories. All right, so I have this frame that I cut out of cardstock. All right, so for my album, you guys, let me just talk to you a little bit about my album approach. So this is going to be a scrapbook. In the sense that I'm going to do a lot of the stuff that I do on my 12 by 12 projects and just do it on a smaller scale. So I plan on having, instead of doing less interactive pages, because that's going to add a lot of bulk with flip outs and everything else, I'm just going to do like really pretty scrapbooky things. So one of the things I did was I cut a frame out of white cardstock. This is just Neenah Classic Crest Solar White Cardstock. And I have another stencil. This is, since you guys are buying all the stencils, this one is Carta Harvest Leaves. This one's, all my stencils are linked in my description box, you guys. So if you're interested in a stencil, check there first. And then if they don't have it with that link, then, you know, you're welcome to look everywhere else. But this is the Carta Harvest Leaves, because I want all the leaf stencils because it's fall. So we're doing all the leaves, all the leaves. Leaves is a hard word to say. We're doing all the leaves. So we're going to do another rainbow on this leaf thing. All right, so we're doing same colors because I am lazy and I don't feel like picking out a new color palette. So we're going to do the same colors. And part of the reason why we're doing the same colors is because I already have ink blending tools that are dirty. And I don't want to have to clean my tools, so same colors. And this is why I want to get 2 more of these Altenew things, because these are the easiest thing I've ever used when it comes to ink blending, these Altenew. Also, I have bad wrists. I have carpal tunnel, and I've had surgery on my left wrist twice. So these ink blending tools, these ergonomic things, are super easy when it comes to ink blending, and they are much gentler on my hands than anything else, which is why I want to get a few more. I want to get a few more of these ink blending tools. So I guess after I hang up, I will be going shopping because I want to go get a few more of these. Now, if I had like a rectangle die, I could like die cut frames, but I don't. So I MacGyvered it with a paper trimmer, which was not very hard. All right, there we go. Are you guys ready for the big reveal? I'm excited. I cannot shut the front door. Look at that. Isn't that the most... Okay. We're going to have a moment of silence and appreciate how amazing this is. Okay, sorry. Moment of silence. Okay. Sarah, this is the Altenew ink blending tool. You can get them on scrapbook.com. I'm putting my hair up because it's making me hot. I hate having hair on my neck. You can get them on scrapbook.com. You can get them on Altenew, and you can get them at Simon Says Stamp. I had so many plans for this, and I just don't want to do anything to it. Like, I just want to leave it alone. I'm not doing anything to it. You see? This is why I don't do ink blending, because I had this, like, huge plan of doing, like, a cascade of leaves down the side of it. Like, I was going to do leaves in rainbow order. Should I do the leaves? You guys are going to tell me no to the leaves again, because you guys don't ever want me to live my leaf best life. You're like, no leaves. So the plan was to do the ink blending and then do like a cascade of leaves down the side in rainbow order like this. But I'm pretty sure you guys in like 2 seconds are going to be like, Tashiana, stop putting things on it. So I'm just going to show you what the plan was. And then you guys can help me decide if we're sticking to the plan or if I should just stop molesting it. I really like it with the leaves though. Like I kind of want to put the leaves on it. Alright, I'm just going to keep arranging leaves, and you guys are going to be like, you guys will tell me in 2 seconds. In the meantime, I'm just going to arrange leaves. And then we'll make a decision when all the leaves are down. You see? Yes, texture. Oh, Joanne, you are speaking my language. This is why I wanted to do the both. Do the both. That's English. Do the both. Like, I think it works with both elements, because you still get the ink blending on the other side. Ah, I lost the leaf. Yeah, so it's going to be like a whole cascade. Like that. So that's what it would look like. Like that. And then you would put a picture in it. You put a picture in it when it's time to like actually do the documenting. And I tried to do like different tones to match. All right, you guys seem like you're on board. Are we on board? Am I getting to put my leaves down? All right, I'm putting my leaves down. You guys are on board. Wonderful. All right, so we're going to stick these leaves down. Okay, yay. I was really worried you guys were going to start shouting at me and go, Tashi, stop the leaves. But I really want to put these leaves down. So this is not linked in the description box. This is Delicate Elm Leaves? Something Elm Leaves from Simon Says Stamp. I have been watching way too many card makers, if that's way too many card makers. And if you guys don't know, it's Stamptember. And I have been watching way too many card makers. And all the card makers are using all the things. And so I am inevitably ending up with more things than I could ever possibly use. So I've been trying to find ways to include die cuts on my pages. Because I think there's like, they're just tools, right? They're just tools and they're just elements. And so I've been trying to find ways to include them on my pages. So, all right, so we're sticking the leaves down. So all I did was trim down the white space because even though that was a 6x6 stencil, it still had the border. It still had a little bit of the border from the stencil. So I just went in and trimmed off some of that extra white space where there was no ink. And we're just going to go in and stick all of these leaves down. So more stuff about my album plan. So I don't know if you guys follow Elise from Feed Your Craft. But she did a My Thankful 30 last year where she used a lot of glassine bags. And so I loved that idea. So I'm actually going to be using a lot of bags. Crystal! Oh my God, thank you so much. Crystal, that's so kind of you. Thank you. Okay. Thanks for the super chat, Crystal. That was really... You see, now my face is in the box. You guys are all going to see me like freak out. But thank you. Thank you. That was so kind of you. Okay, so what was this? God, I got distracted by how like nice Crystal was to me. Yeah, so Elise made an album last year where she used a bunch of glassine bags for her My Thankful 30, and I have a bunch of glassine bags in my stash. So Crystal, thank you. If you guys don't know, Crystal's like my partner in crime. Like I would literally be nothing without her. She's my other half. That was so kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, so I have a bunch of glassine bags in my stash. And I lost my train of thought. Okay. Yeah, so my plan is to include lots of glassine. So I'm going to stick this particular frame down to a glassine bag. I'm only going to stick down one edge of it so that I can pop it up and put the photo in during the month. And then I can add the story to a bag. Also, doing this in reverse rainbow order is really difficult. So I can't remember which color goes next. I keep trying to pick up orange, and I know I have to get through yellow to get to orange, but reverse rainbow order is not easy, I guess. So we'll keep going. All right, so I ended up putting these leaves really close to like a lot closer to each other when I started gluing them down than I did when I was designing this, which is okay. Like it just looks a little bit different than I thought it would, which again is totally okay. Oh, that's why it looks weird, because I have to switch these. And I'm varying which leaf goes on which side. So I'm varying whether the two leaf thing goes on one side and the one leaf thing goes on the other side. The die does come with both the two leaf thing and the one leaf thing. You guys know what I mean. On one die. So it's not two dies. So when you cut it, you get two leaves for one cut. Which I appreciate, because then I get to get, exactly 2 leaves for one cut, and it like takes out some of the time it takes for die cutting, because die cutting can be labor intensive and time consuming. All right, so we are almost done. So like I said, I did squish this up. I did squish this up a little bit more. So in the month when I want to like actually use it, I can put some sort of like die cut on the bottom. Or some sort of embellishment on the bottom. But I like this rainbow. Okay, Crystal, I'm so glad you like it. It is actually working exactly the way I wanted it to. And that almost never happens. So I'm kind of glad that this did it. So I could do, oh my God, I could do so many things. I could put like a little fabric bow at the bottom. That would be fun, putting like a fabric bow. Like I have some velvet ribbon that matches all of this. Okay, so there we go. So that's how that's finished up. And then, like I said, during the month when I actually use it, I could put a fabric bow on it. I could put, like, I'm not using numbers in my album, so I won't put a number. But there's so many things I could do. Yeah, use them up, Kate. Use them up. Use your card making supplies on your layouts. Okay, so that's that. And then we're going to grab a glassine bag. I'm going to grab a bag. Hello, come here. All right, so I have a bag. And this is what the page is going to look like. So I'm going to, like, adhere it right here to the bag. Actually, I like it on this side. So I would adhere it to the bag, right? There'd be a picture here. And then the journaling, like whatever the story is, would be in the bag. Like I could do the journaling on a tag and pull it out. That's the plan. So I'm actually going to stick this down just on one side to the glassine. That way I can lift it up and put the photo on it in the middle of the month, but also so I don't forget that that's what this is for. Because if I don't like start attaching things, I'm going to completely forget that that was the plan. So we're just going to quickly stick this right here. Oh yeah, Ro, because you're heading into summer, right? Like it's springtime for you right now? It should be spring for you in the southern hemisphere. But I guess when your fall is around and we're documenting spring, you can document fall. All right. It's like the big sister and the little sister. That's what this looks like together. I like these together so much. Okay. I like these together so much. So much. I am such a fan of what's happening tonight. Like, I think that looks... Yep. Okay, so that's those are 2 pages so far. So this is, if this doesn't give you an idea for what my color palette is for my October daily, this is what my color palette's going to be. It's very muted, fall rainbows. Okay, so we have 2 things made. Let's make some other things. Oh yeah, I'm so glad you like them. All right, so another thing that I had done, I did a scripture writing challenge last fall. I did a scripture writing challenge last fall. And one of the things I did for the scripture writing challenge was, also you guys, look at this paper. I cannot breathe around this paper. It's just wild. One of the things I did for the scripture writing challenge was I had made, they weren't exactly memory decks size. They were 4x6 cards. But I had made memory decks cards, and then on the back side of them was what I did my journaling on. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a few like memory, they're not memory decks, but they're the same, they're similar to memory decks in that they're just going to be cards. Because the plan is to make some cards, because like I said, I'm treating this like a scrapbook. So the plan is to make some cards, and then I can add my photos and my journaling on the back. And then this would not go in a page protector because I despise page protectors. So this wouldn't go in a page protector, but it would just be a home for a story, and it would just give me like fun little scrapbooky elements. So we're gonna make some 4x6 embellished cards, and I guess I can use my leaves since I have them and I used them before. So we could just do like do a leaf cluster. Since I use my leaves. Okay, so let's see. How does that look? I like these 4 together. Oh my god, Jess! You guys are gonna make me cry. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah. I cannot process that, so I'm just gonna, otherwise I'll start crying, and I don't think you guys are here for Tashi to have a meltdown. And my face is in the little box, so you guys would see me all, yeah. So Crystal, when I was picking colors for the live, I picked colors based on that page. So I had that page out, and my ink swatches, and I picked colors based on how that, based on that page. That's how I did it. So if it looks very similar, it looks similar on purpose. Okay, so here's the thought process. I would do like a leaf cluster like that. And then I could put a banner. Do I have any banners? Do I have any banners? I'm like rifling through my stuff now. So I could do that, and then I would just put a banner over top with the sentiment, and then that would just be a really pretty home for a story. Like, these are just, the point of this is just making pretty things. Oh, thank you. I'm so overwhelmingly grateful. Like, I just cannot. Also, this was Heidi Swap's collection for her fall collection from last year, and I didn't use any of it. Look at all the vellum. I cannot deal with the vellum on this. The vellum on this is making me, like, literally lose my mind. Okay. You guys I don't think you can get this right now, and I actually don't know the name of the collection because I had taken mine apart. So I have no idea what this collection's called, so please don't ask me. Look at this. Shut up. Look at this. I'm dying. No, you guys, stop. Ro, thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. If you guys want me to cry during a live, that will happen if you guys keep doing this. Like, I will literally just start crying. I don't think anybody's here for me to cry during a live. Yeah, so I don't remember the name of this Heidi. Honey and Spice. There we go. Jessica Upton completely saved us. Honey and Spice. Oh, look at that little banner. Okay, see? That's exactly what I wanted. I just wanted a little banner, die cut. Something like that would be perfect for... Oh, look at this little camera. This camera and the leaves. I like him. I like this camera and the leaves. He makes me happy. Okay, so Honey and Spice is the collection, but I don't know if you can still get it. Oh, look at this looking good. Never mind. Okay, so there you go. That pretty much is a card. That's a title. That's a card. And then I can do two things. I can attach this to a glass seed bag, since I'm going to be using a million bags during my album. So I can attach it to a bag like that, just like that. So I can put it on a bag. And then the story and the photos would go inside, or I could put it opposite opposite a page protector thing, like a divided page protector. But this is just, I like having crafty things done in advance, so I don't have to think about it. Oh, Jess said the collection's still available, you guys. So if this is something that, if you're watching me use all this vellum stuff and you're like, Tashiana Gordon, how do I get my hands on it? Jess said it's still available at Joann's. So I take no responsibility for enabling you guys. Jessica Upton did that. This piece said, I go anywhere with you, and then it says date, place, and with, and I just, Falafel and I are going to have to go somewhere so I can, I don't know if you, so I call my husband has very, very, very many names. He's Joshua, obviously, that's the name his mother gave him, and I also call him Mr. Tashi, but I also call him Falafel. So if you hear me say Falafel, I am referring to my husband, and that is not his fault. One of my coworkers gave him that name, and it has stuck, and so he's gonna be Falafel forever and ever. Yeah, so Jessica Upton enabled you guys, not me. Okay, so clearly I'm gonna save this particular thing for a photo of Joshua and I. So there we go. So I'm going to start sticking these leaves down, because otherwise I will do a million things to it and I won't stick it. Ah, Jessica, I got to go look and see. I bought it for a fall project last year and I didn't actually do the project, which is why I have so many of it. And so much of it, because I bought it for a fall project that I didn't in fact do. So this year we're using it up. I actually have I have the 6x6 papers for it also. I don't know if I'll use the papers, because I bought paper for this. I bought paper this year, which, whatever, it's paper. You can't ever, like, you can't. This is kind of a rainbow without even trying. Look at how I did that, you guys. We're going to go for it, because this is totally a rainbow without trying to make a rainbow. So I'm just going to stick these small leaves in between the big leaves. Look at that. That's really fun. All right, so Tashia's, my October album is just going to be a bunch of rainbows. It's literally like how many rainbows can you put in a vessel, and it's gonna be that many rainbows. All right, so I'm gonna quickly stick this little camera icon down. We're gonna add this looking good banner, and this is what I meant by my album's gonna be a scrapbook, because this is all like traditional scrapbooking techniques, like 12 by 12 type stuff. I just covered that orange leaf and it made me mad. I cannot. Mary, no. Oh, guys, if you guys keep doing this, I will cry. Please stop. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. That is very kind of you, and I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I just completely lost my train of thought. Sorry. Yeah, so my album's just gonna be a bunch of rainbows. And that's what we're going with it. It's just, so I literally lost my train of thought. I have no idea what I was saying. Oh yeah, so this is what I meant by my album's just going to be a scrapbook. So it's going to be traditional 12 by 12 style techniques coupled with pocket pages. So like this is something that I would put, oh, Mary, you love me. Thank you. This is something that I would put opposite a 6x8 divided page protector. That's what I was trying to say. Sorry. I got totally like discombobulated because you guys are just the kindest people in the world, and I'm not prepared to deal with how kind you guys are tonight. I cannot handle it. Wow. You know what? I was talking to Crystal the other day, and Crystal's my partner in crime. So we have lots of like deep conversations and lots of like really silly conversations, and that's just what it's like being friends with me. But one of the things I was talking to her about is how 2020 can be so relentlessly terrible, because it is. It's just a relentlessly terrible year. But also, I think one of the things I've noticed this year more than any year of like my entire life, and I'm turning 30 this year, so I've lived a little bit. I mean, I'm not like, you know, whatever. I've been around the block a few times. Shut up, Joshua. Joshua's laughing at me. Shut up. People are just so kind. And I think I've just noticed the kindness of people more this year than ever. And honestly, this is the year I think I needed to see how kind people were, because the world is relentlessly bad. So thank you for being kind to me, because it means a lot. It means a lot. Lindsay, I am very flustered. Flustered is a good word. I am very flustered. All right, so I took off a little bit of the pinked edge of that glassine bag because it was just too much bag. But I left enough bag so that I know that there's a bag. And then when it's time to put it in the album, I'll just attach it to like a little bit of cardstock like this, so that I could punch holes in this. And this is how it's going to go in the album. All right, so here we go. Here is, yo, guys, look at that. I am pleasantly surprised with how well this is going. Okay, like literally when I started the live, I was like, I'm probably going to make one thing and it's going to take me 2 hours. And look at all the stuff we're getting done. Like, we actually have foundation pages. So, let this just be a reminder that if you wanted to do an October documenting project and Halloween's not your jam, you can do a fall themed project. And your fall project does not have to be a rainbow like mine is. Like, I am just, if I want to put as many rainbows on a page as humanly possible. Like, that is my life. That's not going back in here, you guys. This is not going back in here, is it? Never mind, it's staying out. That's fine. I'll put it away later. Yeah, so if a fall project is something that you were considering doing and you didn't, what? No, Ro, stop it right this second, because well, sorry, I'm just gonna have to take a minute because Ro's out to get me. I'm gonna keep working, and I'm gonna try not to cry, and I might not be successful. I'm going to go get some paper. You guys, I don't want to cry on camera. Like, why would you guys want me to do that? You're supposed to be my friends. Why would you want me to do that? I have another. I'm never going live again. This is gonna be the last one I do. I have another collection from last year. This is the One Canoe 2 Willow collection. And And it's very similar colors to the Heidi. I'm like, I can't speak anymore. It's very similar colors to the Heidi swap line. So that's what it looks like. There's also a really fun cut apart in this. Guys, I'm trying to like do stuff and you guys are really like making sure I'm doing everything humanly possible to make sure I don't get things done. And I'm just, I will turn off the camera right now. I will literally turn off the camera now. I can't. Please stop. You guys, please stop. Guys, please. Okay. Okay. Well, you guys wanted tears, so I hope you're happy. Also, no more little Tashi in the box for you guys. You guys cannot be trusted. So, no more little Tashis in the box. That's it. No more. Okay. I can't. Okay, wow. So I thought one of the other things I wanted to do was do a 6x8 page. Because I know there are some people who ask, is there a way to do a layout without a photo? Which you can totally have layouts ready without pictures that you can add your pictures to later. I can't believe what is happening right now. I did not come prepared for this. No Tashi in the little box for you. Especially not you, Crystal. No Tashi in the box for you. All right, sorry. I'm telling you, you guys totally came for the meltdowns and you got them. If you came for the meltdown, Josh was smiling. I wish you guys could see how big Josh was smiling next to me right now because he has the biggest grin on his face and I want to strangle him because he's next to me so I can strangle him and he might get it. All right. Okay, sorry. Back to work. So, someone had asked me if there's a way to prep pages without a photo. And so that's what I'm going to do because we're going to do a few things. I'm going to make a 6x8 layout. And I'm going to do a detachable embellishment cluster. So I'm actually going to make a cluster without the photo so that when I find the picture in the middle of the month, I have. So you guys, if you were wondering how I do foundation pages, this is how. No more. No, Shauna, that's it. You guys cannot. No more. That's it. No more. Please, no more. Please. Thank you. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. You are very kind, Shauna, and I really appreciate you. I mean it. No more Tashi in the box for you guys. I show up, I put myself in the little box, and everybody decides. It's like, are you guys kidding? Like, is this really happening right now? Joshua, shut up. I cannot. Emily, thank you. Okay. So Tashi shows up in the box, and then everyone just conspires to just, I don't know. Thank you. Well, thank you, Shauna. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying the live. I don't even know where my ATG is. Like, I had all my supplies, and I'm literally having a meltdown right now. Also, my ATG is empty. This is the one. I feel like my ATG is always empty when I go on a live. Always empty when I decide to make something, and I cannot. Why does the universe hate me so much? Look, Joshua, do you know how to fill this? I have no tape. Yay! Okay, so you guys, entertain yourselves while I fill my ATG because I can't do anything without tape, and I have no tape. I'm sorry that you guys have to. I'm sweating. I'm sweating so much. Karen! Absolute Karen. Okay. I'm not sure if you guys all planned this. But thank you, Karen. Thank you. Also, guys, I just want you to know that I'm not asking for this. It is totally okay for you to come to my live and not, like, super chat me. You don't have to super chat me. It's not like... You guys, I do this because I enjoy doing this, and I do this because I appreciate every one of you. And I don't even know how to fill this thing right now. I'm like sweating and I'm like tearing up, and I can't remember how to fill my ATG. This is just gonna be horrifying. Okay, guys, I'm sorry that this is gonna take as long as it is, but I need tape, and I don't have any other tape runners besides my ATG. So I have to. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, sorry. So this will take me a few minutes just so I can fill this up so we can keep working, because no tape means Tashi can't make anything. But also, thank you so much from the bottom of my distressed outside loving heart. I cannot deal. Also, Crystal and I are going to have a chat when this is over, because this is all her fault. So when this is over, Crystal and I will be having a very long conversation about how I don't enjoy crying in public. But seriously, guys, thank you. There's no words for how grateful I am for how grateful I am for all of you. I can't. All right. So I actually filled my ATG a lot faster than I thought I was going to. I'm getting better at it because I think I'm getting better at this thing. Let's see. Get off. Let's see. I might have done it. Okay. Oh, that was like way shorter than I thought it was going to be. Oh, guys, look at who has mastered her ATG. Like, I can't believe that I've mastered it. All right. So, someone said that this is something that they struggle with, which is making layouts without photos. Ro, you and I are not friends anymore. Making layouts without photos. So you just have to think about what you want to do. Like, what is something that works for you when you have a photo, right? Who said this? I think it was Mary. Who said this. Yeah, Mary, you did say this. Okay. So here's something that, no. Guys, I literally just stopped sweating. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, but I literally just stopped sweating. So can we let me catch a break, please? But thank you so much. I just don't know what to do with myself right now. I'm literally just. Okay, so here's what we're doing, you guys. Since you guys are so kind, so ridiculously kind, we're doing a giveaway. We're doing one right now. I have so much unopened stuff in my craft room, and after the live is over, I'm going to make a scrapbook kit, and I will pick a comment from anybody who's here, and I will give away a scrapbook kit, because you guys are ridiculous, and I don't know if I've ever met a more giving group of people, and since you guys are the most giving group of people I've ever met, we're going to do a giveaway. So, after the live tomorrow, I'll leave it up till tomorrow. Whoever's here, leave a comment, but you just have to leave a comment not in the live chat, like leave a comment on the video itself so I can actually pick, and I'll go and I'll pick somebody, and we'll do a giveaway. That's what we'll do, because you guys are just outrageous. I cannot. So Mariana, YouTube has a feature called a super chat, and what a super chat is, it's a direct way of tipping the creator. That's like the easiest way to explain it. Amy, Joshua, can I read? Her comment says, because my 4-year-old wants you to know we also love you. And just. Well. Amy, please tell your 4-year-old that I don't even know if he or she, but I think they're delightful. And I think you're delightful too. Wow. No more Tashi in the box. That's it. This was the first and the last time. This was a great experiment, but this is the first and the last. Can I make something, please? Can I please make something? Please. Thank you. But Mariana, I was answering your question. A super chat is a way for you to directly tip the creative that you're watching. So it's just a way of saying, hi, I'm here and I appreciate what you're doing, which is what everyone here is doing. And that's it. That's all I have. So, Mary, to answer your question, when I do Violet. Oh, tell Violet I love her too. Oh, delightful. She's delightful. Wait, Amy, you were the one who showed me the video of your daughter ink blending, right? Like you tagged me in the video of your daughter ink blending. That was you, right? Please tell me I'm not wrong. Because if that's true, that just made my whole day. That literally just made my whole day. I'm glad you're ugly crying, Alexandra, because you're not on camera. So, yes. Mary, to answer your question, sorry, I'm just, wow. So when I do a page without a photo, I like to think of the things that I do with a photo. I also like to think about scale. So what size am I working with? So I'm probably going to put a 3x4 photo on this. So let me get a 3x4 piece of paper. Yeah, Crystal, you just put @ and then you put their name, and that's how you tag somebody in a comment. I'm going to get a 3x4 scrap of paper so I can show you what I mean. The other thing you can do is you can, I can't even speak today. I'm like flustered just to the nth degree. All right, so here's what we're going to do. So let's say this is my photo. This is a 3x4 piece of paper. So I know that here's where my photo, I can do this without a picture because I'm used to doing this, but we're going to put a picture here. Oh yeah, Amy, send me a video. Send me a video because a lot of people show me things that their kids are making, which just makes me so stinking happy because I love that that's a thing. All right, so I know that my photo is going to go here, right? And it doesn't matter what the picture is. I'm just going to make a cluster because my clusters are, oh, Carrie, okay, that was you. Okay, wonderful. Like, I'm all sort of flustered today, so I can't remember who goes with what. Also, that video made me so happy. Sherry, I can't, guys, please. Like, I literally stopped crying, and then you guys make me start crying again. This was not supposed to be the Make Tashi Cry train. We were literally talking about October Daily, and I was going to be showing you how to do stuff that's not Halloween, because my girl Crystal has the Halloween train covered. Sherry, thank you. Thank you so much. That is just, wow. Just, wow. Okay. Wow. Yes. Yeah, I'm so glad you shared that with me. All right, so here's the thing. So I'm okay with making clusters without a particular story in mind. Like, I don't think I need to have a story to make a cluster, right? So because my clusters tend to be generic. I like to use the same things. I like to use florals. I like to use sentiments. And because I scrapbook myself a lot, like, chances are florals will work for a story that I'm telling because I scrapbook myself and I scrapbook myself with my husband. But I'm also okay with putting a picture of Noah smack dab in the middle of flowers, and like, that's okay too. Like, I don't, gender roles are trash anyway. So I'm just going to make clusters the way I would normally make a cluster. So if you haven't seen me make a cluster, I always start with small and then work my way up. So I'm going to glue this together so that it's a cluster, but I'm not going to glue it to my paper because I don't have a photo yet. So I'm making a complete cluster that when I have a picture, and maybe this will be the first story in my October album because it's really pretty. So maybe this will go front and center. But just think about scale and think about theme and think about whatever you already do that works for you. So I know that embellishing in clusters like this is something that I do that works really well. Like, Ro, I'm sick of you. You are not allowed to come to my lives anymore. No more lives for you, Ro. Oh, good night, Lisa. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. So glad. I'm trying, Lisa. I'm trying my hardest. Lisa, I'm so glad you enjoyed the live. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you do want to catch the rest, you can always catch the replay later. But thank you for spending the evening with me. And, oh, you have to get work done. That's the worst reason to ever leave a live. But good luck with your work. I hope it goes really, really smoothly. Okay. So what was I saying? Yeah, so here's a detachable, so this is a detachable cluster. It's not attached to anything, right? And I'm just going to stick things onto my background. Should I do some ink blending on this? Do I want to do some ink blending? I think I'll skip the ink blending for now. Hold on, I am missing the chat. Who opened your box of Studio Calico stuff, Mariana? Because that sounds like a punishable offense. Who did it? Tell us who did it. Was it your partner? Is it your partner? Who was it? Because I missed the chat, and I see you guys are all talking about somebody opening Happy Mail. And if Joshua ever opened my Happy Mail, we'd be getting a divorce. Like, on the spot. Like, literally on the spot, he would have to go. Was it your partner? Who did it? I mean, honestly, I wouldn't really divorce him over that. I am obsessed with my husband, but it's very nice to threaten to divorce him. It's that sounded crazy. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. I threaten to divorce my husband all the time, though. It's kind of funny. Oh, it's your boss. Okay, it was your boss. Okay, fine, that makes sense. I threaten to divorce my husband all the time. And in fact, one of my coworkers were like, "You should probably stop threatening to divorce Joshua as much as you do." But it's just a thing I do that makes me laugh. So I'm always like, "I'm going to divorce you over this." But in actuality, where's my paper? I lost the whole paper pad. Oh, here it is. Okay, so, Mary, also, back to your question. So another thing you can do to help you if you're concerned about starting a layout without a photo is you can actually just put your photo mats down. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my photo mats down so that it's time. When it's time, I'm just sticking a photo on top of it. So you just put your photo mats down. You do everything you would do if you had a picture. You just don't have a picture. So I'm cutting paper in my lap because there's no space on my desk. That's what I'm doing. So I like to. Haha. Joshua says I have to be nice to him. That's his thing to tell me, is that I have to be nice to him. He went to Michael's and picked up something for me, so I wouldn't have to go to Michael's because we don't drive. So he saved me a Michael's trip, and he was like, "Oh, well, you have to be nice to me." And I was like, "How long and what does that mean?" Because I don't like making open-ended promises. So how long do I have to be nice to you? And what exactly does that involve? Because I'm a Slytherin, and Slytherins don't make promises like that. Crystal will tell you all about how Slytherins behave. We are always looking for ulterior motives. And we're always looking for the ulterior motive. So when someone tells me I have to be nice to them for a really long time, I'm like, excuse me, for how long? And what does that mean? But he went and picked up the stuff at Michael's for me, so I do have to be nice to him for a really long time. But if it means like hiding a body and helping him get away with murder, I'm not doing it. Because there's limits to how nice I am. So I don't want to go to jail. Alright, so let's see. So Jess has a good idea. Jessica says she just puts post-it notes where... Okay, I'll be nice to him forever. Okay, Mariana says I have to be nice to you forever. He's nodding! He was nodding so hard, his head almost fell off. Okay, what am I doing right now? Nothing. I'm doing nothing. I'm getting distracted. All right, so here we go. So I have my photo mat here, and I have my cluster here. And then all I can do is add some journaling. Like, all I would have to do is I could write directly on this page, or I could type it with a journal, with a... Oh, Mary. Have you read Harry Potter? Okay, guys, I will not allow Harry Potter to derail the chat. I promise I will not let it happen, no matter how much I want it to happen, because Harry Potter is my favorite thing in the entire world. Harry Potter is one of the things Crystal and I bonded over. Ah, you see? Mariana, I am not hiding. How in the world am I Slytherin? Haha. If that's a real question, you and I should hang out more often. You will learn very quickly why I'm in Slytherin. Yeah, you and I need to hang out more often, and that would answer your question immediately. You can't give me power. Like, I am on a massive power trip all the time. So, Mary, I am just like you, and this is something I just started doing. Because I like to work on, so I started doing this because I made an album for a friend. So I made a bunch of pages like this. Oh, Mary, great. So you and I will talk your house. There's a lot of quizzes. I'm answering like 18 of your questions at the same time. So the first question is, there's a quiz on Pottermore, the Pottermore website, and it will sort you. And it's like one of those personality one of those personality quizzes, just like Myers-Briggs or anything like that. It's just a personality quiz, and it'll sort you based on what it thinks your motivations were. That's an interesting toss-up between Gryffindor and Slytherin. I don't know if I've ever met anyone who like that. So I sort Ravenclaw like a third of the time, and then I sort Slytherin every other time. But also, green is my favorite color, and Slytherin's colors are green, and I think Slytherin is the best house. So I just tell everybody I sort Slytherin all the time. But Yeah, you can't give me power. Oh my God, Apprehensive Owl, tell me your name so I can work on remembering it, because I don't want to call you by your screen name. I like using people's names. But yeah, don't give me power. I started a like Discord server for like Harry Potter fans like a few weeks ago, and it was just wild. Like I literally was like, here are the rules. Here's what you're doing. You have to pay tribute to be here. I was just like at one point they were like, someone take Tashi away from the, like take the power away from Tashi. She can't be trusted. Don't give me power. Yeah, but I sort Slytherin every single time. All right. So, Mary, for your second question, I started practicing doing stuff like this because I made an album to gift for a friend. So, I made a 6x8 album just like this, where it was full of pages just like this. So, I had the photo mats already. It had an embellishment cluster just like paper clipped to the page. And then you just stuck your photo down, you put your cluster down, and then you added journaling. Like I said, I can easily type my journaling on my typewriter, cut it up into strips, and stick it down. And here is a page. I need a paper clip. I had paper clips somewhere. So here is a page. And this is why, and again, this is what I meant by my October album being a scrapbook. Because it's gonna be a mix of pocket style pages mixed in with more traditional style scrapbook pages. Crystal, okay, I'm gonna try to remember that. I'm gonna keep trying. I don't know if I'll get it the first time, but I'm gonna try, Crystal. I like using people's like given names versus their screen names. It's just one of the things I do. I think it helps me get to know you better, and I like knowing people's names. So if I ask you again, please don't hate me though, because I might have to ask you one more time. Hufflepuffs are the best people. I don't care what anybody says. Hufflepuffs are awesome. Some of my favorite people are Hufflepuffs. Except Crystal. Crystal's a Slytherin. My husband will not tell me what house he sorts because he wants me to divorce him, and so he won't tell me. Every time I ask him, he gives me a different answer. Joshua, what house do you sort? Oh, you see, now he's telling me he's never done it. He wants me to divorce him. That's why he's doing this. He's behaving this way because he wants me to divorce him. So I don't know what house. You guys want to hear a funny story? So I'm not a huge believer in astrology. I'm not. But I do like to do people's birth charts. Crystal, you are the worst. I see you, Crystal Injunate, misbehaving in the chat. I see you. So I'm not a huge believer in astrology. Because I don't think like the stars can, tell the future or whatever. But I think it's interesting to do people's birth charts every now and then. And my husband did not want to tell me what time he was born because he knew why I wanted to know what time he was born, and so it was so I could do his birth chart. And he didn't want to tell me because he knew I was a psycho. Tian, you and I will discuss this in our DMs later. You and I will have a conversation. I will never stop talking to you over Harry Potter, but I will fix it. Jessica Upton, who I call my lobster, has actually never seen Harry Potter or listened to Hamilton. And when she told me this, I was heartbroken. I was like, excuse me, how are you and I friends and you've never watched Harry Potter, read Harry Potter, or listened to Hamilton? Like, I was heartbroken. So you and I, we will not stop being friends. I will literally just harass you until you fix it. That's what you signed up for by telling me that. All right. So what was I talking about? Josh's birth chart. Yeah. So he didn't want to tell me what time he was born because he knew I would be a psycho. So he didn't want to tell me. So you know what I did? I dug for his birth certificate. I turned into that girl and I looked for his birth certificate myself. And I found it because Joshua did not hide it. Why would he hide it? It's his birth certificate. Why would he need to hide that from me? So I found it myself. And I did his birth chart. And it's actually kind of interesting. Joshua's birth chart is really interesting because his birth chart is the inverse of my birth chart. So I am I'm sure most people do not care about astrology, so I will not bore you. But I am a Scorpio sun and Virgo moon. And my husband is a Scorpio moon, Virgo sun. And it explains a lot about if you buy into astrology, which again, I do not 100%, but I do think there's whatever. I think it's interesting. So if you buy into astrology, his birth chart makes a lot of sense for why I thought I was going to use this Foliage collection. This is a Simple Stories Foliage line, but it doesn't work on this paper. I am so jealous that you saw Hamilton live. It is just so expensive. And I live in New York City. So I'm at like the Hamilton birthplace. And it is just it's still so pricey. So I haven't seen it. I watched it when it came out on Disney Plus. I listen to the soundtrack every day. Like, I'm one of those people. I listen to the soundtrack every day. But I haven't actually seen it live. All right, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this card. Oh, what if we do a circle? I don't have enough red. Never mind, I can't do a circle. I don't have enough red. All right, I don't know what to do with this. Use the leaves. These little leaves? But I don't have any red leaves, so it's going to be hard for me to do it because I don't have any red leaves left. Sarah, you can feel free to come all the way into my DMs, and we'll talk about it. So there's a few things that I'm super passionate about. I'm super passionate about Myers-Briggs. Mariana, you have the best job. I'm super passionate about Myers-Briggs. Like, I love personality tests. Don't get me started on the Enneagram. I love the Enneagram. So yeah, I will talk about the Enneagram from here to Kingdom Come. What else am I super passionate about? And astrology, yeah. So if you like any of those things, feel free. We can have chats about them because they're my jam. You got to take your 11th grade students? That's so cool. Oh, you thought the leaves worked? Jenna, I was a little bit concerned that they were getting muddied and lost in the background. I thought they were getting a little bit lost on this pattern paper. So there's a few things I could do to make it work. I could put this pattern paper on, I could put a bit of vellum on top of it and make it work, or I could just use a different paper. All right, let me check my to-do list. All right, so to-do list. We had do the title page, which we did. We had do the 6x8 page, which we did. Do the embellished frame, which we did. And do a 4x6 story card attached to a glassine bag, which we did. We made everything. I'm so impressed with how this came out. Is it okay to be impressed with yourself? Like, I always feel bad. My nose is like still running. Where's my tissue? I always feel bad saying I'm impressed with myself. Because that seems like, oh God, my septum ring just popped right out of my nose. Okay. Oh yeah, so if you guys didn't know, I have my septum pierced. I almost never have my nose ring out. But every now and then, like, I freak out and my septum ring pops out of my nose and it's a thing. Just pretend it didn't happen. Yeah. All right, I think we're going to call it here. Because I have some pretty good foundations. And there's plenty of time to play in the, Myers-Briggs. Okay, so here's, if you guys want to learn something about, let's go back to just looking at me. Let's turn off my desk view for a little bit. So I like to say, so I'm a type 3 for Enneagram. If you didn't know, I am the most type 3 to ever type 3. Like, I'm the most 3 to ever 3. Which is why I'm like, do all the things all the time. So I'm a type 3. And I'm an ENFJ. So, yes, you're impressive, Millie. You are impressive. So I'm a type 3 and I'm an ENFJ. So I like to say that I like to do all the things with all the people. Which explains why I behave the way I do. I have to do all the things with all the people. I am the most ENFJ to ever ENFJ. And I am the most type 3 to ever type 3. It's wild. It's wild. But it just means that I like people very much. That's all it means. So guys, we're going to call this live. We'll switch back. Sorry, I'm giving you guys whiplash with all the cameras. But we'll switch back. So we're going to call this live done because you guys made me cry multiple times. I don't know if that's what you came for, but it worked. You guys made me cry multiple times. And we made really fun things. So here is the starting place for my, Lisa, that's so cool that you're a type 3. So here is the starting place for my October not quite daily album. I like how colorful it is. Sevens are my favorite, Emily. Sevens are my favorite. I don't mess with type 1s, and type 2s make me sad. Crystal's a type 3 and a type 1, but I think she's lying to me and she's just a type 3. But yeah, sevens and 8s. 7s and 8s are my favorite. Emily, the second you hang up, the second the live is over, when you're ready to go down the rabbit hole, find out what your Enneagram is, and find out what your Myers-Briggs personality type is. And then prepare for the rabbit hole, because once you do it, you'll never come back out. You don't come back out of that one. That's it. You're stuck in there forever. But yes, so thank you so much for June. You're in Tasmania. Well, good morning. Enjoy your garden. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the live. Even though I had a complete meltdown. I had several meltdowns. This is true, Crystal. I have seen your planning videos. I take everything back. I hope this encouraged you, that if you were thinking about a fall documenting project and you're not, like, Halloween's not your jam, I gave you some ideas for incorporating a rainbow into your Halloween projects, or just incorporating leaves and doing something fall themed. But that's it. I will have photos of everything on Instagram tomorrow. Oh, and a real quick announcement, catch us in the Mighty Network. Crystal and I have rebranded the Mighty Network. It is now the Scrappy Sisters Collective. So feel free to come on over there and hang out with us. It is so much fun already. We are having the time of our lives in the Mighty Network. And if you want deeper connections that you won't get with Instagram and their hateful algorithm, feel free to join us over there. So we're going to switch to the final screen. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoy this hanging out for the last hour and a half, even with the meltdowns and everything else coming. Don't forget, we are doing a giveaway, so please come back and comment on the video, because the commenting in the live doesn't work. So comment on the video, and tomorrow I will pick I'll pick a comment from the video and I'll give away a fall themed package, because I have plenty of stuff that I can quickly box up and give something away. But you guys were so kind to me, and I just want to be kind to you guys in return. So thanks so much, you guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you around. Oh, like Ro, bye.